YouTube, what is going on? That NBA guy, Josh. It's April 26, 2015, and right on this video, we're going to be going over what happened with the Toronto Raptors. I mean, they had, I would call it a decent season. They finished in the number 4 slot in the Eastern Conference. Nothing to write home about. Eastern Conference really isn't anything to brag about as compared to the Western Conference, but you know, there was still some decent teams. They did finish above Washington. Washington did have some slip-ups in the second half of the season. First half of the season, they looked dynamite. But Washington finished in the 5th seed, and Toronto finished in the number 4 seed. They were as high as 2 and 3 consistently for most of the season, and kind of slipped off at the end there. I'm not shocked that they lost to Washington. I think that Washington, on paper and the way that they played, is a better team. I'm pretty shocked that they got swept, though, and I think a lot of you guys are gonna have the same feeling about that. I didn't see them getting swept at all, especially when they lost the first 2 games at home. I said, they're going to come back when they play Washington in D.C. They're going to steal one of those games, and probably Game 3 didn't happen. Then I thought they were going to steal Game 4, didn't happen, and they got swept. They have a lot of good talent on their squad. They have, Kyle Lowry started for the Eastern Conference this year in the All-Star game. DeMar DeRozan hasn't been playing as much as he has in years past due to injury. He's still a great player. He's been an All-Star in the past. You got, Valanciunas is a monster. Grievous Vasquez, Terrence Ross. You got a lot of good players. I just thought with the home crowd that they have a pretty good home court advantage. The Jurassic Park area outside of their stadium just fills up. They have a fan base that other teams would die for. Literally, they would die for. I live in South Florida now. I'm from New York, but I live in South Florida now. If you saw the attendance at Miami Heat games, even when they had LeBron, it wasn't sold out every single game. I mean, most games it was, but it wasn't sold out every single game. And even if it was sold out, you still had empty seats. Just because people would show up in the third quarter because they had better things to do. They're not real basketball fans. Those people up in Toronto are basketball fans. I don't think anybody expected them to get swept in the first round. Last year they made a decent run. But this year it just didn't happen. Now, couple points here just off the top of my head why this happened. Washington just has better leadership. The thing is with Toronto, they don't have any veteran leadership. They don't have a Paul Pierce on their team. Okay, they don't have they have the point guard with Kyle Lowry, but other than that, you got a bunch of guys that really aren't demand the ball guys. DeMar DeRozan, yeah, maybe, but then again, he's really the only one. If it wasn't for him being on the Raptors, if he was on another team like Cleveland or San Antonio or the Clippers, there's no way he's going to be the first scoring option. They have decent players, and they're decent for that team. But as they go on to better teams, they might be the 4th, 5th option. Also another reason is chemistry. I mean, they had a lot of injuries this year. DeMar DeRozan missed a lot. Terrence Ross missed a lot. And, another reason, coaching. They really need to get a good coach up there. Dwayne Casey, I think he's a decent coach. Do I think he's a great coach? No. And if you want to get over the hump, that is the NBA playoff picture in the Eastern Conference. You're not going to beat teams like Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta. You're certainly not going to beat. You need to pick it up. You need better coaching. I mean, you got to think, 3-4 years down the road, you're going to have the same teams, Atlanta, Cleveland, Chicago. Then you're going to have other teams like the 76ers with all their young talent. The Knicks are probably going to be getting back into the mix. Please, I hope they get back into the mix. Milwaukee's just going to keep getting better under Jason Kidd's tutelage. So, coaching changes. In the offseason, they're definitely going to want to upgrade. In the middle there. Center-wise, Valanciunas, I like the kid a lot. I think he has a lot of staying power. Do I think Amir Johnson is the right fit for that team? I don't. I think they're going to have to try to upgrade either through the draft or through free agency. Not too many big men that are going to make an impact this year in free agency other than LaMarcus Aldridge, but there's little chance that he goes to the Raptors when you have so many other options. How do you guys feel the Toronto Raptors did this year? What do you think they need to change to get better in the coming year, 2015-2016 season? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I appreciate all you guys' support. This has been that NBA guy, Josh, and I'm out. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.